Taxes. An often dreaded word, yet one that underpins the very functioning of modern societies. They represent the lifeblood of governments, providing the financial fuel for essential public services that citizens rely upon. From education and healthcare to infrastructure and defense, taxes are the invisible hand that shapes our world, enabling governments to fulfill their social contract with the people. Without taxes, our societies would be vastly different, lacking the essential services that underpin our quality of life. Imagine a world without public schools, hospitals, or roads. A world where security is left to private entities and social safety nets are non-existent. Taxes are not merely a means of raising revenue, they are powerful instruments of economic and social policy. Governments can use taxes to encourage certain behaviors, discourage others, and redistribute wealth to create a more equitable society. By understanding the intricate relationship between taxes, governments, and the economy, we can begin to grasp the profound impact they have on our lives. Tax rates are not arbitrary figures plucked from thin air. They are the result of complex political and economic considerations. Governments must balance the need to raise revenue with the potential impact on economic growth, social equity, and individual liberty. Factors influencing tax rates include a country's level of development, its social welfare model, and the political ideologies of its leaders. For instance, countries with robust social safety nets, like those in Scandinavia, tend to have higher tax rates than countries with more limited social spending. The impact of taxes on individuals and corporations is multifaceted. High individual income tax rates can disincentivize work and investment, but they also provide resources for social programs that benefit society as a whole. Similarly, high corporate tax rates can deter investment and stifle economic growth, but they can also provide funds for vital public investments and reduce income inequality. Striking the right balance is crucial for sustainable economic prosperity. Taxes are not merely tools for funding government activities, they are powerful levers that can influence macroeconomic variables like inflation, economic stability, and growth. Governments can use taxes to moderate economic cycles, stimulating demand during recessions and curbing inflation during periods of rapid growth. For example, by lowering taxes during an economic downturn, governments can increase disposable income, encouraging spending and boosting economic activity. Conversely, raising taxes during periods of high inflation can help cool down the economy by reducing consumer spending and business investment. The impact of taxes on long-term economic growth is a subject of much debate. Some argue that high taxes stifle innovation and entrepreneurship, leading to slower economic growth. Others contend that taxes, when used effectively, can fund public goods like education and infrastructure, which are essential for long-term economic prosperity. The key lies in finding the optimal tax policy that balances the need for revenue with the imperative for economic growth. This requires a nuanced understanding of how taxes interact with various economic actors and a commitment to evidence-based policymaking. Tax systems around the world reflect differing economic structures, social values, and political ideologies. Comparing these systems offers insights into their strengths and weaknesses. European countries have higher tax-to-GDP ratios, funding social programs like healthcare and education. The United States has a lower tax burden and a more complex tax code, emphasizing individual responsibility. This results in greater economic freedom, but higher income inequality. Asian economies vary, with Japan and South Korea having higher tax rates, while Singapore and Hong Kong maintain low rates. Analyzing these systems reveals trade-offs and potential areas for reform. Taxation is not a purely technical exercise, it is deeply intertwined with political ideologies, power dynamics, and social values. The way a society chooses to tax its citizens reflects its underlying beliefs about the role of government, the distribution of wealth, and the responsibilities of individuals and corporations. Political ideologies on the left of the spectrum often favor progressive tax systems, where higher earners contribute a larger proportion of their income in taxes. This approach is seen as a way to reduce income inequality, fund social programs, and promote greater social mobility. Conversely, ideologies on the right tend to favor regressive or flat tax systems, arguing that they incentivize work, investment, and economic growth. They view progressive taxation as a form of class warfare that disincentivizes success and stifles economic dynamism. The political battle over taxation is often heated and contentious, reflecting deeply held beliefs about fairness, equity, and the role of government in society. Understanding these underlying political dynamics is crucial for navigating the complex world of tax policy. Individual income tax is a direct tax on income earned by individuals or households. It is structured as a progressive tax, with higher earners paying a larger percentage. Revenue funds government programs like education, healthcare, and national defense. It also helps redistribute wealth and reduce income inequality. Tax reforms are central to political debates on wealth distribution and government roles. Corporate income tax, a levy imposed on the profits earned by corporations, is a significant source of revenue for many governments worldwide. It is justified on the grounds that corporations benefit from the infrastructure, legal framework, and educated workforce provided by society and should therefore contribute their fair share to the common good. Corporate tax revenue can be used to fund a wide range of public goods and services, including infrastructure projects, research and development initiatives, and education and training programs. It can also be used to reduce the deficit and invest in social programs that benefit society as a whole. However, corporate tax is also a subject of intense debate, with critics arguing that it discourages investment, stifles innovation, and ultimately harms economic growth. They point to the fact that corporations can shift profits to low-tax jurisdictions, engage in complex tax avoidance schemes, and pass the cost of corporate tax onto consumers through higher prices. Finding the right balance between raising revenue from corporations and fostering a competitive business environment is a key challenge for policymakers worldwide. In today's globalized economy, international taxation is complex and contentious. Ensuring multinationals pay their fair share while avoiding double taxation is challenging. Transfer pricing is a major focus, with companies setting prices for internal transactions. Some manipulate prices to shift profits to low-tax jurisdictions. OECD guidelines aim to prevent tax avoidance and promote transparency. The digital economy intensifies the debate over taxing giants like Google and Amazon. Government debt, the accumulation of past budget deficits, is a complex issue with significant implications for economic stability and long-term growth. It represents the deferred cost of government spending, which must eventually be repaid through future taxes or other forms of revenue. Budget deficits occur when government spending exceeds revenue in a given year. While deficits can sometimes be necessary, for example, to stimulate the economy during a recession or to fund essential investments, persistent and large deficits can lead to unsustainable levels of debt. High levels of government debt can have several negative consequences. They can crowd out private investment, leading to slower economic growth. They can also increase a country's vulnerability to interest rate shocks, making it more expensive to service the debt. Taxation plays a crucial role in managing government debt. By raising sufficient revenue, governments can avoid excessive borrowing and ensure the sustainability of public finances. Conversely, inadequate tax revenue can lead to rising debt levels, jeopardizing long-term economic stability. A world without taxes. Could a country function effectively without significant tax revenue? Taxes are indispensable for essential public services and maintaining the social contract. Some advocate for eliminating taxes, believing the private sector can provide services more efficiently. However, government plays a crucial role in providing public goods like defense and infrastructure. Alternative funding models are not viable long-term solutions. Taxes ensure the well-being of citizens and the smooth functioning of societies. Taxes, often viewed as a burden, are in reality the lifeblood of modern societies. They empower governments to provide essential public services, regulate economic activity, redistribute wealth, and shape the social fabric of our world. While the debate over the optimal level and structure of taxation is likely to continue, it is crucial to recognize that taxes are not merely a means of extracting revenue, they are powerful instruments for achieving societal goals. When designed and implemented effectively, taxes can be a catalyst for positive change, promoting economic growth, social equity, and environmental sustainability. As citizens, it is our responsibility to engage in informed discussions about taxation, demanding transparency, fairness, and accountability from our elected officials. By working together, we can ensure that tax systems serve their intended purpose, to create a more just, prosperous, and sustainable world for all.